Hey, my guy, you want to tie a fly? Sorry, I wanted to do that for a while. Now that I've got it out of my system, won't happen again. Today's pattern is a little bit obscure. That's the main reason I wanted to tie it. It is the Geehi Beetle. You don't see this in too many boxes. However, that being said, it's a great pattern. It's a good attractor pattern. It's really good when you got some terrestrial stuff going on. It floats high. It's easy to tie. It's just got a lot of bugginess to it. Super simple. So let's whip one up, get one in your box so you can take it out and try it out. All right, let's tie the Geehi Beetle. I have a size 10 dry fly hook and the vise. I'm just going to start dressing that with some black 6/0 thread. And I'm going to dress that back to right about the barb or so. Snip out that excess. So the first material I'm going to tie in here is some golden pheasant. We want that to come off the back about the same length as the hook shank. So relatively long tail on this pattern. This pattern is just a nice attractor pattern. It's we like to fish it when the hoppers are out. I think it's a good kind of basic mistake for a lot of insects type of fly, but definitely your terrestrials. So good hopper season fly. The next thing I'm going to tie in is a brown barred grizzly hackle. You can certainly experiment with different hackle colors and hackle options. I'm actually going to be using 2 different colors on this pattern, but we'll start with this brown bar. Now we're going to tie in some peacock herl. I like to cut out that lower section quite a bit to get rid of some of that heavy stem, just to make things a little more easy to work with. You don't have to do that, but something I've always done. I'm going to dress that thread up to about the 1/3 point or so, and I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping my peacock up. And I'm going to bring that up to my thread and capture it and tie it down. So once you have that, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it out and get it out of my way. Okay, once we have that taken care of, now I am going to start wrapping up with my hackle. Nice close wraps here. We want this to be very hackle heavy. And I'm going to take that all the way up to where I stopped wrapping earlier. And I'm going to catch it and tie it off. Then I'll snip out that excess. And just straighten things up a little bit here. Now I'm going to tie in my next saddle hackle. This one is a dark brown grizzly. And I also went up about a half a size or so. So it's a slightly bigger hackle so that we'll get a little bit of taper effect going towards the front of this. And then I'm going to tie in one more piece of peacock, and I'm just doing one piece here because we're just doing this little front section. So one will get us by if I have to, wrap over things a few times to get it nice and full. That's fine. So I'm just going to tie in one feather to do that. Get everything going. Okay. And I just wrap that right up to the hook eye there, trim out that excess. And now I'm going to go ahead and wrap in with that second darker grizzly hackle. Again, wrapping right up to the eye, capturing it, tying it off. I'll come in and snip out the excess feather. Take one more peek at things. And clean everything up. Get my head built up here and squared away. There we go. Just come in, whip finish. And there we go, the Geehi Beetle. You can use a single hackle on the full length of the body here if you want. The traditional used 2 different hackles, so we've always kind of stuck with that. Very easy to tie, super buggy. 10 to 14 is pretty much the size we fish these in, going on the bigger side when you got a lot of terrestrials going on. And this thing is a classic fish catcher. So tie some up, get them in your box, tight lines, and God bless.